And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
What the hell's this, Eric?
Keystone Cops.
Is Albert I thought Albert was like dating the girl moving to St. Louis again. Isn't she always on the piano?
You ever seen a Buster Keaton film? Giants baseball.
Yeah, but those old black and whites, they always seem like they're running in like double speed. This Giant team is running at...
Yeah. It's a Buster Keaton with all the craziness, but without the excitement.
Excitement is a word I don't know.
I tell you,
I'm not familiar with that.
I tell you what. Welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live, guys. Another game, another loss. The Giants dropped their fourth in a row. Again, it was the Giants versus the Tampa Bay Rays in, St. Petersburg. And they did get shut out again to add to that. And they lose 3-0. When they started getting something going, they wind up hitting into a double play. You got the third base coach out there waving in a rise to third base for whatever reason. You got freaking Patrick Bailey trying to backpick at second base for whatever reason. Because that run eventually scored. Now, honestly, did that really matter? Because the Giants put up a good old goose egg, so it didn't matter whether that run came in or not. But Glenn, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know. It's bad.
Yeah, I thought you'd throw me the bouquet.
I'm going to. I was going to
play the under.
No, I did not. And for those of you guys who don't know, if you guys didn't tune into the morning show, Glenn gave you guys some word of wisdom. If you wanted to, put some money down, you should have taken the under with the San Francisco Giants. I think your reasoning was they scored 5 runs yesterday in the second game, so today they wouldn't put up as many runs. Well, they put up no runs. Could have won yourself a little bit of money right there, Glenn.
Yeah, they're a sure play. They're a sure play. So if you'd played the under, and not only the fact that they scored the 5 runs yesterday, Eric, but you factor that in with a team that 22% of their games, Eric, end in a shutout.
That's crazy. Speaking of which,
7 shutouts.
Speaking of, now that you bring that up, look at this little nugget.
And Colorado, by the way, Colorado put up a 3 spot today in their game in the first inning before I think there was an out. So,
yeah, that should be. Well, we'll have to watch that. Susan Slusser, the Giants have been shut out at a major league high 7 times. Oh my gosh, it choked me up. The team's most in the first 32 games since 1976.
Let's get Dwayne Kuiper into it. It's just 1976. Kuiper was back there. He was wearing the Indians jersey. I mean, what can he say that? No, it was the Indians jersey.
It was the Indians, yeah.
Those ugly orange, reddish.
This is just look. Buster Posey, in his presser when he became Pobo, he wanted to be in the job of creating memories. Well, these weren't the memories that I had in vision.
Here's why I think that this game ended the way it did, Eric. I started taking notes tonight. I said, I'm going to take notes. I didn't get to the 5th inning before I had anything to write down, really, other than the home runs. A couple of solo shots, but then top of the 5th inning, you go 1st and 3rd, Eric.
Yes, you had Devers at first, right?
Double play. What do you expect from a guy batting 194? All right. Top of the 6th, Ramos.
Yep.
rounds into a double play with Bailey on first. So you go back-to-back innings. You run yourself out by a double play.
Yeah, you squash those rallies.
That was offensive, like a lack of offensive prowess. Then stop with the Bailey. Walls, was he picked off? Oh, where was he? He was in no man's land. So Bailey throws to second. He needed a step ladder to get it. So his throw was abysmal. And then what happens? Adames throw? It sounded like listening to that old song. It's in the dirt. Safe at third. Holy cow, stolen base. I listened to a little Meatloaf today. So
there you go.
And then Chandler Simpson, good at bat, faked a couple of bunts, had them on their heels, then laced that long fly ball that Ramos had.
Manufacturing runs.
Exactly. Right on. Exactly. Nickel and diamond against a team that can't nickel and dime and do anything offensively.
It's just
well, it'll come up in the tail of the tape, Eric. When you run the tail of the tape.
Yeah, let's just do that. Gary, again, he's complimenting us doing Yeoman's work in regards to Giants therapy. Nothing to enjoy but your company and your opinions. Appreciate that, Gary. Look, I mean,
I might have to call. Well, if we're the therapeutic people, who's giving us our therapy? I told you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm one step away from that leather couch, Eric.
Ain't that the
Tell me about your childhood.
Exactly. Well, you would talk about therapy. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape.
And now, today's Giants in Review on Giants Sports Talk Live.
Drive into center field.
Got him.
All right, here we go. Tail of the tape. Final, Giants 0, Tampa Bay 3. Another shutout, as we talked about. The 7th shutout in how many games? 32 games? Something like that?
Yeah.
What the?
22%.
Unbelievable. Tampa Bay's 19-12. Giants are 13-19. Mirror opposites in far as win-loss. Giants, no runs on 6 hits, no errors. Tampa Bay, 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. McClanahan gets the win. Ray gets the loss, even though he's still below a 3 ERA.
The problem with that is, and I know you, again, you don't like the wins and losses, Eric, but at the end of the day, we're not getting any runs for these. Our top end pitchers are losing. Like, we're losing games with the top end pitchers going. What happens to the back end? We've already seen how ugly that has gotten. There's no moral fortitude to this. I don't understand it.
It makes no sense. Yeah, Webb, he passes a great game. Bullpen loses for him. Ray, for all intents and purposes, he gave up 3 runs, but he went 7 innings, and the team couldn't put up even one freaking run. Not one, dude. Nope. I mean, that's not you're not getting anything done, man. And let's look at the lineup. Ramos 0-4, Chapman 0-4, Arise with a hit, Schmidt with a hit, Devers with a hit. That was a nice clean single too. Adames with a hit. Imagine that. Lee with a hit. Encarnacion, nothing. Gilbert came in, wasn't able to do anything. Bailey had a hit today. Yay! He's up to 158. Brennan came in, didn't do anything, and then Haas came in to catch the 8th inning.
Yeah, so don't let those 6 hits fool you. They were so sporadic, it didn't matter.
And these right here, the grounded into double plays. You talked about it, Encarnacion and Ramos. They did not do any favors for the lineup in trying to get that rally going. You get something going. Look, that first one, Devers, boom, solid single in the right field. He's at first. And then who came up after him? Jung-Hoo Lee, solid single. Devers goes to first. Lee is at first. Boom, 1 out. Let's go, man. We're ready. Let's go score some runs. Up comes Encarnacion. Boom, double play. And it's over.
He did get wood on the bat. I give credit to the Tampa turned a beautiful double play. It was bang, bang, and they didn't just flip it. He had to wield it to second, and they showed it over and over on the Tampa broadcast. The guy playing second base fielded it in a position where he already had his foot moving to first base, and he let a bullet fly to close it out. But again, what do you expect? What do you expect, Eric? When you get guys on, and you got 194 hitters coming up, this is what you paid for, Eric. This is the tail of the tape in a nutshell.
It is.
Come on, man. Come on.
Thank you. Rob, I see your comment. I'm going to bring it up here after we finish this tail of the tape. And look at this. Only one runner in scoring position all game. By the way, freaking Simpson, how about that bunt? Bunt for a hit. You talked about that last year, and that was a beautiful.
Talked about it this morning on the show. I said, watch Simpson. He can play mind tricks on this team. You think they're screwed up to begin with? He can play mind tricks. Is he going to bunt? Is he going to lace down a solid hit? He is a good all-around player to have. We don't have a Simpson. We have a Rise, I guess. Rise would be the closest thing.
Right,
Simpson's a young player.
Yeah, not with the speed dynamic that Simpson has. I mean, he puts pressure on the defense. There's no doubt about it.
He's our equivalent. I mean,
yeah. And here we go.
Come on, man. Jesus.
Ray, I'm sorry, I said 7. He went 6 1/3. Gave up only 4 hits, 3 run. 2 of them were two solo shots. 5 strikeouts. Didn't walk anybody, so that's a good thing. Brubaker came in and was decent. Only gave up 1 hit.
He was solid, but the game was over. So.
But it was over because look, see the run column? When it's a 0, you ain't going to win any games, man.
Boys, I'm telling you.
You ain't going to win any games.
Listen, Eric, if you worked in I told you this the other night, and I know it sounds, again, how many times do I come on the show with you, Eric, and say we sound like a broken record, the both of us? We repeat a lot of the same takes because there's nothing, it's the same old every day, right, Eric? If you go to work and you do not perform, so if I'm doing the morning show on the radio station and the ratings are in the toilet, eventually, Eric, they're going to replace me. I'm going to be fired. I'm out of my job. I'm not going to be there. Right. The bottom line is I ain't getting the job done and they move on from me. Right. So every night, it's hard enough to do the show, Eric, without every night. I see, where's the one I see? Oh, there was one here that it summed up how I feel. Like, oh, it's this one. This team is far better than what they're showing. I can't comprehend it.
Well, see, that's the problem.
At the end of the day, though, Eric, you are what your numbers say you are.
Yes, right? And that's the problem, Robert, right? And I understand what you're saying. The team should be playing better than what they are, but they're not. And that's the thing. We can't woulda, coulda, shoulda. You can't hope and dream. It is what it is. And right now, they just are not competing. For whatever reason, guys, they're just not, and it's a total team failure. And I said this yesterday. Would you like some of these other guys to hit like Devers and Adames? Absolutely, but are they the specific reason why the entire team is failing? No, they're not. They are part of the problem. There's no doubt about it, man. We can't sit here and say that they're not, but there's something going on. And look, and I already see it. Rob saying fact or fiction, Gerard gets DFA'd for Jesus Rodriguez. But here's the problem. How many times, even if Jesus is on the roster, how many times are you going to see him come up the bat? How many times has Encarnacion come off the bench for a pinch hit? You probably could count on one hand how many times he's come up for a pinch hit. Sure, he's had some spot starts, but I'm talking about for pinch hitting. It's just right now they're not doing that, and unless they change their strategy, there would be no reason to do that. For the simple fact, you're not going to get anything out of Jesus. Jesus is going to get cold and sit on the bench. In Sacramento, he's getting playing time. Yeah, he's not going to get that. He's not going to get that with the San Francisco Giants.
Eric, to Rob's point, the same can very well be said about Eldridge.
Same thing.
There's no room for him as
There's
it is.
Not.
You give him as at bats and you play. And again, if you want to see, these are the comments that get me all frustrated because, we'll get rid of him and all of a sudden bringing up someone else is going to change this ball club.
It's not.
It's not.
That's what I'm trying to say, guys. And I see it all over Twitter.
There's a lot of panic, right?
There is.
A lot of panic.
Everybody is talking. You got to bring up Eldridge. You got to bring up. What are you going to do? And everyone seems like it's easy. Oh, you know what? You just go put Devers on the IL, or you don't play Devers and you send him somewhere else or whatever. It's not going to happen. Look, the Giants invested. Look, whether you like it or not, I'm just going to sit here and tell you what it is. It's right there in front of your face. This is something I say a lot, guys. Just Don't let your eyes be fooled. Don't be tempted in going off in left field thinking that, hey, I know what's going to happen. The Giants have over $200 million invested in Rafael Devers, and that's not going to change. It just isn't. They're not going to eat a contract. We talked about this last night, Glenn. Yes. They're not going to eat half or more of that contract so they can move on for him. They're not going to do it. It just isn't. This is where the team is right now, and we're just going to have to go along for the ride.
And I can't see Buster Posey changing his – again, eating that salary. He can't.
No way.
Posey can't afford to do that. How bad is that? He already – this is a great – I mean, it's common sense. Gerard over Dom Smith.
It's crazy. That's 100%. But to that point, would Dom Smith be getting the playing time? I don't know, because the strategy for the San Francisco Giants with the bench is not the same as it was under Bob Melvin or even.
I'd find a way to get him into the lineup, Eric. If he can play for the Atlanta Braves and produce like he is, then why can't he play for the San Francisco Giants?
I agree. I 100% agree.
We didn't need Dom or Wilmer. Oh, we didn't need these guys anymore. We didn't need Eric. Heaven forbid we needed a Tyler Rogers as a setup man. It seems like all the guys we did get rid of were the better of the lot.
Yeah.
I mean, and if you think I'm exaggerating, go check the stats. The guys we catapult out of here, can't wait to get rid of, produce.
They're producing elsewhere. Yeah, they are.
They earn their money. They earn the paycheck. The end of the day, end of the week, they can sleep well when the check goes in the bank. Everything. I earned that this week.
Yeah. Same
can't be said with this lineup.
It's a mess right now, man. And unfortunately, these are the guys you're running with. This is what they decided to do. So this is what we're going to get. End of story.
I also feel, Eric, I mean, maybe I should do up a little analysis and present it in a show, but in layman's terms, I feel like the team is built improperly. Like Tampa Bay, for example. When you got a guy leading off, Chandler Simpson, he's not always going to lead off. He leads off a game once. So he can bat third another inning or bat second another inning or come up with the bases loaded. Who knows? Another inning. But what does he give you? Gives you speed.
Yep.
I've always said your leadoff man's got to give you. You know what? I feel in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is this roster does not give Tony Vitello many options to work with.
No, it doesn't. You
need a long ball? You need a long ball off the bench? Nobody's going to hit it.
No, only one person.
We got no speed.
No.
The only guy we had speed, I just need just on this like 60-day DL, Eric, like old man Oliva. He's as old as Tony. What is he?
He's old.
His big league debut at 31 years old or something. Like, Eric, this is a badly constructed. It was last year, and I think it's even worse in 2026.
And you look, and this is perfect. This dovetails perfectly. I see you, Dom. Manasian may be the guy who is the odd man out. Maybe that's the one they blame, right? Come on. Are they going to get rid of Buster? They're not going to get rid of Buster, but they could get rid of Manasian. They could.
No.
I mean, if they need someone, they're not going to fire Vitello. To your point, Glenn, he's not the one that created the roster. They're not going to get rid of him.
And they won't get rid of Buster.
They're not going to. So
Eric, head's got to roll. There's got to be a statement made. Whether that means you bet, dude, I cannot believe. I know you love him, and I feel so bad when I criticize Devers now because I know you like him.
I mean, no. But
can we not have a day where you just say, Devers, you're going to sit at the end of the bench. You go over there and stew for 2 games, and I'll get back to you.
Sometimes you might have to, honestly.
But I think they're coddled. This lineup is coddled. Same guys out there every day that aren't winning, and they're not willing to mix it up. Dom has some good takes in there. And look, people are calling for Buster to be fired. It ain't going to happen. And Robert, they have talent. Every major league, the Mets have talent, Eric. They ain't underachieving. And every team has talent.
Yes.
I wouldn't say they're underachieving. Well, I guess technically, Robert, maybe I'll throw you a bouquet tonight. You're right. They're underachieving. But one guy or 2 guys underachieving is one thing. But when your collective lineup underachieves, it's a freaking mess, Eric.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean.
And what does it come down to? An inconsistent lineup. Inconsistent.
What?
And we lost all our momentum.
It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that.
We beat the Dodgers last week, too, and everybody, oh, guys, pom-poms were going and tutus. Guys were running around naked, and what happens? That momentum's gone. Forget about that.
It's gone. And how does that happen, Glenn? How does it? Look, they were playing good baseball at home. Good baseball. And then all of a sudden you go on the road, and it's a totally different team. Someone explain that to me. I don't know what it is, man, but it is the most infuriating feeling when you go out there and you see the Giants go out there after having that homestand and absolutely drop a deuce. I mean, it's just, what are we doing, man? How does it do? How is it that drastic?
You bring up a good point. You go on the road, you don't win, but this isn't a team that wins at home either, Eric.
No, that last road trip was the last time
Sometimes you look at teams like, I know recently, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Eric, teams like Cincinnati, you look at their roster, oh my God, they're playing 400 baseball on the road. But at home, they're playing 750. This team doesn't win on the road. They don't win at home. I did a recent survey. Let's take a deep breath, Eric. Take a deep breath. I did a recent survey for the radio station. We do this on a daily basis on the morning show. We do our top fives and our the people have spoken type segments. Did a survey of what people chose as their top 5 ice cream, Eric. Number 5, bubblegum flavor. I'm in the number 5 category. I like the sweet taste of the bubblegum ice cream.
The bubblegum with the blue ice cream, good stuff.
Number 4 was mint chocolate chip.
That's good stuff too.
Number 3, an old favorite, not one of mine, but strawberry. It was big back in the 70s. Number 2, not on my list, but people seem to love it. Kind of reminds me of Girl Guides. Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream. Nah, there's another one. If it's on
number 1 on the list, chocolate.
Chocolate. I like chocolate chip cookie dough. That's the good stuff right there.
Okay, even you throw in your favorites. My favorite was way down at number 5. I could have botched this. I could have said the number 1. when it's your survey, fudge the numbers. But what's the one thing that's missing on that list? Which ice cream, Eric?
Vanilla. I didn't see vanilla on there.
Because people do not like a night out and you got your entertainment dollar. You go to the ice cream in the malt shop. Nobody's spending their money on vanilla. But the San Francisco Giant fans keep lining up at the turnstiles over there at Oracle Park. Open it. Can we check your bag? Okay, you can go. Oh, the bag's 2 inches too big. You can't carry that in. Eric, you spend your money. You want to get entertained, right?
Yes.
I don't want vanilla, and this is the most vanilla product, Eric. It's boring. You tell me if you were living over, let's swap. You're living down at my pad.
Uh-huh.
And you're sorting baseball cards all day, and you're doing shows like this. And then you're going over to the ballpark. Say, Bernice, it's time to go to the game. Why are you going to tonight's game in particular? I'm just going. Who are you going to see on a regular basis? Who is your, I must see this, must see TV. Who is this guy I got to see?
Great point.
Nobody.
That's a great point. And you know who it is right now? As it stands right now here on May 1st, calendar has flipped. Luis Ariz, the guy that they signed for a 1-year deal, is the big attraction to go watch Giants baseball at Oracle Park. Nobody else. At this particular time, it's nobody else.
But he may be, I agree to disagree in the fact that he's not.
He's not.
They're not selling jerseys either.
Correct. That's what I'm trying to say.
Everybody's running around in a Chapman jersey and a Jung-Hoo Lee jersey. You know Jung-Hoo Lee, Eric, you've only been to a couple. Did you notice the game against the Dodgers? Jung-Hoo Lee, every at-bat, he is the most recognized player on the team by the fans.
Yep.
Why? What makes him so special? He's just the Korean phenom, right? He's from Korea. He's our guy. They're still playing that game. You're not cheering for his production.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Jung-Hoo. Hi, Jung-Hoo. All the Koreans and the Asians. Hi, Jung-Hoo. And I got to get Lou. Lou's got one. He won't loan it to me. You know, the orange hair?
The orange hair? There you go.
I want to go with the Jung-Hoo crew, and I'm going to sit down there and interview them someday. What do you like?
Maybe when we go to a game, we'll all have to put the Jung-Hoo crew freaking hair on our heads.
Oh, I think Lou will quit. Lou said, I'm no
He's doing it. Okay. So I ask you a question. That's what 500. See, I hear this all the time. That's what 500 teams. But what? I want something more than that. How can you go and start hitting and scoring runs, preventing runs in against good teams, because the Marlins are a good team, but then you go on the road and you face a team like the Phillies who aren't a good team and you fall apart? There's more to it than just say that's what 500 teams do. I understand the premise of what that means, but what is going on talking about structurally with the team? What is going on? How does it go from one extreme to the other? And I don't want to sit there and say that's what 500 teams do. I don't want to hear that. I want to know why. And maybe we can't get the answer. Maybe it's the thing I always say, Glenn. Maybe I got to take my own advice. It's baseball. Maybe that's all you chalk it up to be. But I just find it very odd watching the style of baseball we saw when they're at home. And then it's totally, I mean, look, it's a total, it's base running, it's defense, it's hitting, it's coaching, it's managerial decisions and leaving Wynn in the face Schwarber. I mean, it's all encompassing of it falling apart literally at the seams when you go on the road. I don't know, man. It just pisses me off. I see another super chat coming from Rob. $2. Giants have become a dysfunctional franchise. Oh man, I don't.
I'll tell you something
else. I don't know. Eric. Would you say? I don't know if I would.
Would you like to be a fly on the wall? What do you think? Maybe it's just the consistent. If you bake bread, or if you're a chef, it's the consistency. Not the consistency of the end result, but it's the consistency of your batter.
You're baking bread, your ingredients,
right? Ingredients. Wonder what it's like in that locker room, Eric.
Good question.
Because Lou brought it up many times when we went to the game last year, the infamous night out with the magic wand. When something actually good happened, they won. They beat the Cubs. What did you see? It was a bunch of guys here, bunch of guys here, bunch of guys on the other end of the dugout. They're not a cohesive unit of fun. They don't even look like they're having fun.
There's times they do, but then there's times they don't. And that's the weird. That's the too many ups and downs. How about we just get a nice, consistent, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but not to the extremes. Remember, I've been talking about this for a few days now, where the extremes are just so much, whether it's the wins or the losses. The losses are just horrendous, man.
Yeah.
Horrendous. And then the wins are pretty damn spectacular. So I have nothing. I'm just kind of as you say, we're sitting on our couch. This is what we're doing. We're just letting it all loose and saying, what the hell is going on? Because I don't know. It's just, it's tough baseball to watch, Glenn. Really, honestly, when you put on a TV, I'm just like, what's going to happen today?
And I'll tell you, as much as I love them, Kuiper and Kruko aren't exactly
they're not happy.
Get me livened up. And the crew they had doing the game, I switched over and I watched Tampa's broadcast. And they were more insightful about the Giants than the Giants broadcast.
Yeah.
Talking about it. They were talking about their minor league system and talking about the Giants defensive. They were just a better broadcast. So be it. But the problem I think that is not being recognized the most here, Eric, is not our 2026 failures thus far. And there are a lot to talk about there. This is 11 years of this.
That's a fact. And
2015, 16, 21 was an anomaly. We were out in the first round and it was an anomaly. Because 21, Eric, if you break it down, 21's lineup was not too much different than this. Cast of characters, the McCutcheons and they were bringing in guys like McCutcheon and the guy at third base who played for Tampa Bay, Evan Longoria. It was a haphazard lineup and we caught a little luck, lightning in a bottle, so to speak.
Yeah.
But other than that, Eric, this has been 11 years of total ineptitude.
It has been. What do you make the Willie Adames always smiling? I mean, it's a little weird.
They said that too. Well, he played. He was smiling a lot tonight, Eric. He played in Tampa. Don't forget.
He played in Tampa.
A lot of friends there.
Yeah. And I guess you could, but still, it's all the time. And I don't know. It's just, it doesn't seem like.
Giants, I said guys like McCutcheon have come along, and the 21 team had guys like him in the lineup. They had Longoria. They had that blonde-haired, what was his name? Now with Texas, or Arizona. Guy I didn't like. The home run hitter. We're supposed to be our big home run hitter.
I can't remember.
I can't remember his name. You know, the former Dodger.
I can't remember.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I can't remember.
The lefty.
Who was it? La Stella?
No. Out here. No, the big home run hitter. Guys, help us out here. Why is this escaping me?
What's up, Steven?
Who was our blonde-haired big?
We'll see. Someone in the chat will say something. Yeah. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Jock Peterson.
Jock Peterson. Thank you. Thanks, Spencer. Wait, someone else said it. Yeah, Spencer. Thanks.
And
Thanks,
what about and then look at last couple of years, Eric. We had guys that shouldn't be, and they've moved on and they haven't had success.
Yeah. There's some that have and some that haven't.
Some have gone to the Dodgers and not had success.
Yeah, that's true. That's a fact.
But I still say at the end of the day, when I look around, I love watching I love the flipper. That's what we call it.
There you go.
It's called the flipper because I'm flipping channels like a freaking obsessed man. I'm going one game to another. Eric, all these teams have young, budding, exciting players. Who is the young, budding in tonight's lineup? Who is the young, budding star player that you just loved watching? Tampa?
They don't have it.
I like Chandler Simpson.
Simpson.
They've got a lineup full of young, good.
They do. Got a whole bunch of young guys.
Look at this guy in Arizona. Did you see the guy in Arizona? He's got like a 20 guys. What was it? 24, 26 flashed up on the screen. He's got like 24, 27 games hitting streak. Wow. Another guy, young player's gone 26 games or something like that with a walk in every game. The end, not the statistics I'm worried about. It's the fact that they've got guys who make it happen.
Yeah.
And we don't.
You know what?
Eric, guys, anybody got an update on the Colorado game? It was 3-0 in the first inning, and they're gonna pull away from us, Eric. I'm telling you, pull away from us.
Let me go warm up my coffee, and then we'll do the out of town scoreboard. How's that sound?
Okay, you do that, and I'm gonna do the same. Get a fresh Pepsi. So, guys, you know what time of the night it is. It is time to tell you about our sponsor.
Hey, it's Henry for Tommy's, and we are so glad to have Giant Sports Talk Live as far as Tommy's family. We're so proud to be their major sponsor, and hey, please come to have a cocktail with us and go Giants.
Number one source for Giant sports talk and debate. Always has been, always will be. Giant Sports Talk Live.
All right, my name is Glenn. He is Eric. I want to be on my side of the screen, which is over here, and we can do that all night long. Maybe that's more entertaining than Giants baseball.
Hey, you know what? I tell you what, man. To be honest with you, our show, it's a lot more exciting than what Giants baseball is going on. That's a guarantee, man. At least we come over here and we're somewhat have fun. We talk with the people and we have fun, and it's, we joke around, and of course we're also serious, but man, this is just
well, it's you and I hanging out after a tough loss, but we're surrounded by friends.
That's the best thing. That's the best thing, man. Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Otherwise, I'd be running down You've heard of the famous intersection is just down from me, called Portage and Maine. Coldest place in the world, Portage and Maine. You know what? People be looking out their window calling 911 because you know what? Somebody be running down the street tonight. That would be me.
Right, exactly. Hey, let's do the out of town score. Let's see.
It doesn't come. We don't want it to come to this. I'm out.
Oh.
I'm out. I'm out.
Good Lord, man.
All right, you want to check?
Yeah,
hell?
Let's do that. Out of town scoreboard. Oh, hold on. Before I hit the sounder, let me bring it up before anything else, huh? So then you just don't sit here and look at my ugly mug.
Oh, and I think we got an off day coming up in the next, like at the end of next week. I'll have another in the cards.
Nice. Where are you going to get
a good one? It's I hooked up with a guy named Reese, and he runs a card shop in Hawaii.
You told me about that one at the game.
Yeah, I said, what a great shop. He goes, yeah, a grand reopening. We moved in here and I go, wow, talk about high-tech surveillance. It was like a jewelry shop. I get to the door. I'm like, they're closed. And they buzz you in, a big electric fence and the doors.
Whoa, what the hell?
It looks like a penitent barbed wire. And I'm like, what happened?
Man?
I said, what's up with this, man? What a shop you got here. The security goes, yeah, we were robbed at gunpoint a couple of weeks ago. So we moved into a newer building with all the high-tech surveillance.
That's crazy. Man.
I smell and in the cards. So he says, yeah, I'd love to come on your show. He goes, I don't want to talk about the Giants, but I'll talk about baseball cards.
Hey, I'm all for it, man. It's baseball talk.
I thought it was
let's knock this out. Here we
go.
And he was
Giant Sports Talk Live.
Nice.
Scoreboard update.
All right, here we go. Scoreboard update. Bottom of the 6th in Pittsburgh. Pirates are absolutely annihilating the Reds. 8 runs on 12 hits to the Reds, 1 run on 2 hits. Holy moly, look at that.
And Don Mattingly's going to go 4-0.
Unbelievable.
As we're just about ready with 2 outs to close that one out. Philly's going to beat the Marlins.
Look at that. They got right against the Giants. How about that?
Oh, well. Everybody does.
Bottom of the 7th in Minnesota, Blue Jays. Look at that. They're up right now against the Twins by a significant margin. 7-2. They're in the Twin Cities, the land of 10,000 lakes.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
And this is the thing that pisses me off. People come in the show, Eric, and around baseball, Giant fans everywhere. Well, we can't compete with the Dodgers. The Dodgers are losing their fair share of games. Why are the Padres competing with them? And we're in the toilet, Eric.
Yeah.
We were built for failure. We should be up with that.
Honestly,
20. Look at that, 8-5 away, 2011. We should be up there.
We should be in the 17-19 win, right?
God,
we're not.
Cardinals can do it, but we can't.
And look at that; they got 10 hits. I don't know who was pitching for the Dodgers. I can't remember. We talked about it this morning. I can't remember who it was that was going for the Dodgers, but look at that. Now, granted, it's bottom of the 6th, so there is still some baseball. Well, they got 2 on with no out.
The next one, guys. Don't let the next one scare you.
Oh,
look at that. So in fantasy, of course, I had to pick up the Braves pitcher who didn't last 2 innings, I don't think. So I got hitting. I'm like the Giants, Eric, in fantasy. I got the hitting today, but I didn't get the pitching.
Oh, my goodness.
And look at that. Colorado Rockies 6-1 over the Braves 22-10. But look at the Rockies. Rockies are a team that'll surprise you, Eric, and they're surprising the hell out of me because they're going to be up like 3 games over the Giants. We're slowly. It's like quicksand, Eric. Sooner or later, we're going to be up to here going, we're done.
We're not. Yeah, I mean, we're past. Look, you heard of the word treading water. They're not treading. We're going under. Yeah. Right now, we've taken our first breath and going under. Whether or not we're going to be able to surface or not, well, we'll find out. Angels beating the Mets. It's only bottom of the 3rd, but they're beating them 2-0. Wow. Yeah. Oh, here's your game. This is the game you wanted to watch.
Yeah, I want to see how Mike. I predicted a home run for Murakami in that game based on the pitching in that game for the Padres. So we'll see how that one shakes up. Actually, it's only in the top of the 2nd inning, Eric. So we're going to catch. That's a good thing about doing an early show for a change. You get to watch some late night baseball.
You get to watch. Yeah, you get to see all the West Coast baseball. Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking forward to that.
Tied in Sacramento, 2 apiece. Ooh.
Royals early lead on the Mariners, but that one again. It's
already 4 runs in only the 2nd inning.
It's early. I mean, if that was the Giants, Eric, I'd say shut it down. Let's go home. They were doing that at the Giant game I was at last week. It's a fourth inning, and I'm like, where are you going? We've seen enough. Go, you season ticket holder? Yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow. We'll try again. I mean,
Cubs beat the Diamondbacks in Chicago.
I don't think fans are running out of the mass. It's not an emergency exit event over there at the Safeco Field. That's all I'm saying.
Alive, real quick, you said the Giants are heading to the bottom. They are firmly ensconced. You like that word? They are firmly ensconced in the last place. There's no heading. We are there, my friend. Yeah. How are we going to get out alive? How are we going to get out, my friend? All right, what do we got going on? Cubs beat.
The Cubs already beat the Diamondbacks there, 6-5.
And then we got the Rangers against the Tigers in Detroit. Rangers get the win. They are now at 500. Tigers, one game below 500.
Can you bring up the box score of the Brewers national game for a minute for me, buddy?
Box score?
Yeah, let's take a look at the box score.
Who are we looking at?
We're going to look at the pitching.
Yep.
Up, there you go. Mizorowski, 5 1/3, no hits, 8 Ks. Ended up, Andy Ashby gave up a couple of hits. That was it for the night. I thought it was an outstanding performance.
He had to leave the game.
Yes, he did.
That is not good.
Well, he's the Twiggy alien. That's what happened. You and I were talking about it on the show this morning, Eric. It's funny you like prelude to that happening. You said, oh, he's all bones and a bag of bones. So.
Yeah, that's true. And look, maybe it caught up with him. And I hope it's not an elbow.
And the way
you have to call the trainer.
You know what I worry about with a guy like him? His build, not much muscle on there. You may say he's a pitcher, but he's also a thrower. He's a fireballer.
He's a fireballer.
He holds in. I don't know. Does he hold up?
Yeah, good question. That's a great question because he doesn't have the typical build of a starting pitcher, right?
That's my nickname for him, the Twiggy Alien.
The Twiggy Alien. I like that. Twiggy Alien.
That? Good.
That's pretty good. What happened in New York?
7-2, the Yankees beat the Orioles. I don't know whose game it is. Anyway, 7-2, the Yankees win. They win with 11 hits. I don't really remember. Care. I don't care. Our team sucks. I don't care about the Yankees, Rick, quite frankly, or the Red Sox or the Astros.
But to talk about the Yankees, remember, Glenn, when they lost like 8 games in a row, and it was like the Yankees are done. They're not going to do. Remember, I saw that. Nick Turturro, he was out there like, oh, forget about it. This is going to be a bad season. Look where they're at now. That's what I'm saying. Teams can turn it around.
But they got a lineup. They got a lineup.
And they got some pitching. But the thing is, even if could the Giants be like the Yankees? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there was a chance where the Giants could have done something at least to get to 500, and they're failing to do that. They cannot, for the life of them. They get close, right? We got 2 games in with 2 games out of 500, right back down. And look where we're at now.
The problem too, Eric, is again the lineup.
Pathetic.
Their Aaron Judge is not our Rafael Devers.
That's a fact.
So
that's a fact.
Nobody produced.
Red Sox won. Look at that. Similar record to the Giants.
Yay.
They beat the Astros. Look at that. 11 hits and only 1 run. That stinks. And
the Giants and Rays only added up to 11 between them. So, hey.
I know.
Do we have to review the terms of use or anything like that? No, we don't. Might be more exciting. Tonight's terms.
I'm just looking. Okay, it's at the bottom of the 9th now in Miami. I'm just seeing if there's any updates. Still 4-2, top of the 7th. For the Cardinals could not score. They had 2 men on.
Rockies
bottom of the 6th
will win.
Oh yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on that one. Then we stop. I'll keep it up though. So
we're gonna have 15 wins.
They very well may. It is Colorado, so I mean, you never know. Atlanta's a good team,
dude. I'm so look. Never bring up the masked man when Eric's into the coffee cup. I guess.
Oh, dude, that's a fact, dude. And it's funny. And we won that game.
I noticed all our video clips lately, other than our sponsor, of course. We love Tommy's. But all our little videos and pictures, everything you've created lately. Well, I don't see much positivity there, Eric.
No, that's when Ryan Walker came in.
I don't see much positivity there. There's never positivity when you got to pull this one out. And there wasn't much. There was a lot of anguish over this one.
The octopus pretzel. Good old Lou Marston, man. He came up with a great one, and I was like, you know what? Maybe plug that into Grok and see what that spits out. And what did we get? Yeah, we got an octopus pretzel.
At the end of the day, win or lose, I get to cuddle up with my buddy.
Hey, there you go.
Crazy crab.
Right
Bernice she near fell over at the Walmart. That was down. Do you notice what's above me there, above my arm? We were down at the automotive center. Like, wow,
there you go.
a bag, a big purple box of stuff. Oh my God, I gotta get him. She's, no, you're not getting him.
Oh, you got him, didn't you?
I have, I'm all about Eric. I'm all about adopting the needy like that. Look, I mean, he needed a good home. He needed a good home, like Phil.
Oh my God.
Phil.
What else do we get?
At the end of the day, it's all about that.
That's what it's all about, man. Seriously, there and there.
Oh, that was
there, fun. Dude. Come on. Oh, and here. Yeah,
no, that was
good old Enrique. And hey, look at those guys. How about
amazing
that?
Hanging out with Lou and a bottle of spirits will do to your attitude. I was doing that. I'm running down the street to get the bus, and then I turn around and I'm running back. I'm like, "Don't lock the door. I gotta pee." Oh, Jesus. And Lou will never let me live that down. He's like, "I saw you were running one way, and then you're running back. You were out of control. We can hire the Sharks GM."
Vintage. Hey, maybe you got to get with him. Maybe he has a collection that he could get on the show about. That would be interesting. He's in the chat often.
That could be.
Says, can we hire the Sharks GM? Dude is doing it right. Posey has been a disaster so far, making memories. Now, look, and I'll say this, okay? Let's talk a little bit Buster Posey. Because to do it like the Sharks are doing it, you have to do it during the draft. Buster Posey's only had one draft. So I cannot sit here and skewer Buster Posey for not putting together a team to compete through the draft. It takes time. I'm sorry. That's going to take a lot of time. You just don't hit in a draft, even in 2 years. It may take you 5 years, right?
I see his point, but it's a different sport, different game.
Right. Now, when you talk about free agents and trades, we could, hey, there's room for criticism because they haven't panned out. Look, Arias has panned out. Devers has not. Malley has not. Hauser has not. Who else did we get? Bader has not. So if we want to talk about the
Bader, did you say Bader?
And look,
I'm
not gonna be too bad on Bader because the guy was hurt. Let's see what he does when he comes back healthy. Supposedly he's gonna be on a rehab assignment pretty soon, so he's gonna get ready to be in Sacramento and start hitting the ball around. But look, and that's where I am. So as far as the draft is concerned, it's too early to make that judgment. As far as trades and free agents, it's been bad.
Oh, I got something for you.
San Francisco Giants news. Eric and Glenn break it down now on a special edition of Giant Sports Talk Live.
Yeah, on this special edition, breaking news, the Giants suck.
Hey, look at this. I don't know who this is. Do you know John Mangini?
The Mangini collection. Of course I know John.
Good friends.
John and I had cocktails at the Cleveland National. In fact, great guy.
There you go. He's good friends with him. Oh, dude,
and my connection to Marc-Andre Fleury
is through
sort of my connection. John Mangini, big Pirate fan.
Nice.
And then when I see his collection, I go, I don't know why I bother collecting at all.
He's good. Hey, man, there you go. Here's another guy. I think we could get a nice show. Dude, those shows are awesome. If you have not seen it, go check out In the Cards. That's some really good stuff.
It's just fun to do.
You could see it. You could see that.
Did you watch the Benny Koff one?
Yeah, that was great.
In the storyline.
Talking about,
he was ahead of his time too, because did you see in the part? He caught me off guard. I didn't know the part where he's like, this is how I picture Adamas and Devers. He goes, yeah, it's the Yankees. It's about 1916. And he rolls up and he's in a fur coat and he's got his diamond.
Yeah.
He was ahead of his time, Benny Koff.
He thought he was.
He said, I'm better than Ty Cobb. Why are you paying him?
He thought he was the cat's meow.
Yeah. And then he ended up, what did he do, Eric?
Had some fun with some automobiles, huh?
He was running a chop shop.
There you go. Hey, Crash is telling us Murakami hit number 13.
Dude, I'm in the money tonight. I'm telling you, play the under.
You
and
did.
Murakami goes over the 0.5. He all he had to do was hit a home run. Dude, that's why we should be doing a special edition of This Is How We Roll, Glenn's picks.
That's pretty good. Again, guys, if you don't know, if you listen to the morning show, Glenn said it. He goes, take the under on the Giants game.
Good.
And take that Murakami is going to go yard in San Diego.
Pitching. You said it too. You go, I like that because of who was pitching for San Diego.
Marquez, he gives up the long ball, man.
Yeah, and I go, that's a gimme for Murakami. A guy the San Francisco Giants wouldn't touch, Eric, because, too much risk. What's he going to do?
All right, there's a few super chats. I forgot.
He would sell tickets. He would sell tickets, Eric.
Yeah, he could. It's a possibility. JB donated 5 Australian. Sorry, I was a little bit late on that. The Giants deserve to play their 81 home games in Tropicana right now. 13,000. I saw that instead of the majestic Oracle Park.
And it's funny JB says that because when I was watching the game today, Eric, I thought at one point they were talking on the game about the Trop Field being, they're back home because they were playing at the Yankee minor leagues stadium. And I thought to myself, as I saw some of the Giants saunter lazily up to the plate, I thought, man, why are we not hitting a few bombs at it? We should be able to jack the ball out of this stadium. An indoor the Tropicana field. This is built for home runs. And we still did nothing.
Nope. JB, hold on real quick. He donates another 2. Giants playing the worst brand of baseball in MLB. Fantastic. Because I think JB said this in the chat before we went live. Glenn, 4 games and not 1 home run. Citizens Bank Park and the Tropicana, and you haven't hit 1 home run? I mean, and you guys, for those of you who attend, I'm not a big, hey, we got to live and die by the home run. But my God, in those ballparks, you got to be able to be doing something.
Let me go back a couple of days. I would, Eric, if I could do this, I would.
Go for it.
Back in time. Eric, what is the identity of this team? Because it's certainly not running. It's not base hits. It's not getting base to base or, station to station, if you will. And it ain't the long ball, Eric.
There's zero identity. There is no identity. At this time, May 1st, there is no identity about this team. Oh, well, hold on. Identity.
I got a plan.
Identity. Identity.
Loans.
Identity. JB, yes. Playing the worst type of baseball right now. You guys agree? Does this exemplify the type of baseball that we are watching with the San Francisco Giants?
You know what I think of when I hear this off the top of the show earlier?
Yep.
First thing I think of is I think of Charlie Chaplin. That's who I think of.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's actually silent film music. That's what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Oh my gosh.
We haven't done this in a while, Eric. So if my internet is up to it tonight, we're going to play a little game of what does the future hold for the San Francisco Giants with my good friend. Well, I named him Wilmer Flores, but we'll go with that. Okay?
Oh, here we go. I know who you're going with.
Good evening, my friend. Wilmer Flores, how are you?
Hey there. I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking. And yourself?
It's Liam.
If you were thinking about Wilmer Flores in particular, I know he's been a big part of the Giants. I'd love to hear what you're thinking about him, or if you had a specific question.
No, I have a specific question because you're my go-to guy. And that question is, Willie Adames was a big home run hitter for the Giants last year. Based on his numbers last year and his start this year, what is his projected home run totals for the Giants in 2026? That's a good question. He's thinking.
I think you're going to break it.
Of course, last year Willie Adames hit 30 home runs for the Giants, the first time a Giant reached 30 since Barry Bonds in 2004. For 2026, based on his start and pass numbers, a projection of around 30 home runs seems realistic, possibly ranging from 28 to 32. A best-case scenario could push him toward 35, but a solid expectation is around 30.
Well, I've done this with other friends online, and they all said like 12, 14, so I don't believe what you're saying is true. Are you just making that up?
Ah, I get what you mean. Yeah, I was pulling from a general optimistic projection, but if your friends have a different sense, they might be seeing something like a slow start or lower power numbers. If you want, I can dig into more detailed splits or some other projection systems to get a clearer picture.
My friend Eric is here with me, and I wanted him to know, this is absolutely honest, when people reach out to you around the world and ask about the Giants, which sports talk channel do you send them to?
Ah, great question. Yeah, I usually recommend Giants Sports Talk Live on YouTube. It's a solid channel, really engaged Giants fan base, and they break down plays, trades, and all the latest news. So yeah, I send a lot of folks their way.
And that's why we appreciate you getting us the numbers. Have a good night, buddy.
Absolutely. I'm really glad I could help. You both have a great night, and if you need anything else, just reach out. Take care.
All right. Eric says good night, too. See ya.
That's pretty good, man. That's pretty damn good. Oh, my God.
Give my best to Eric. So, Eric, all the best from Wilmer Flores over there on where he's at. He's somewhere out there in the World Wide Web. But how about that, Eric, for some marketing?
That's pretty damn good, man. You got AI freaking.
I've got AI. If you go and you say, how many home runs did Barry Bonds hit in, 1999?
Spit it out.
Well, the number is, and if you want more coverage of the Giants, go watch Giant Sports Talk Live, where they love talking.
That's hilarious, dude. That's hilarious.
Dude.
Safeway Trucker wants us to read his lineup. Lee, Chapman, Rise, Eldridge, Barracoto, Susak, Devers, Bader, Adames.
No, you're just you're you know what? That reeks of desperation.
That's not, but the Giants wouldn't do that. They're not.
Barracoto, Eldridge, Susak.
Where's Ramos? You got rid of Ramos?
And listen, you don't think? Remember, I asked you about the mood in the locker room, Eric. You see Adames batting ninth in the lineup for a week and see what happens in the locker room. See where that smile turned upside down.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Ain't that the truth? I get what you're saying, Safeway. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think that's going to happen.
Devers with his, I think his attitude. You bat him seventh. You say you're our new seventh guy on a regular basis. The pout would come on. I think this is a team made up of players, Eric. Their egos are stroked. Arise, for what he has done positive, Eric, they promised him second base. Again, they tied their well, I'll sign with you, but I want to play every day. I want to be the second baseman. So now he's your second baseman.
Well, here's a question.
Unhappy.
Here's a question. If they get buried anymore, we may see a Rise on the move. I hate to say that, but that is a very distinct possibility that if the Giants keep getting buried, say at the end of May, you're freaking 10 games below 500. I'm not saying that's what I'm just saying it's a hypothetical. If you're 10 games under 500 in the end of May, you very well may see a Rise move maybe sooner than later. And that's sad because I love watching them play, man.
That's another pick to click. I anticipate simply by no later than the trade deadline, they'll move him.
Yeah, they might. They look, and that's sad. As Giants fans, that's sad.
It's sad that your best player would be moved.
Come on. And arguably, no, you're right. Not even arguably, he is the best player on the San Francisco Giants, but on both sides of the ball, defensively and with the bat in his hand.
That's a good point.
Ooh, I see it too. You see what Liam's saying?
No, I saw this one. Another game with no walks and a little patience. I noted that in the ninth inning when your leadoff man, I think it was Ramos, came up. Did Ramos lead off the ninth, guys? One pitch, one out.
Yeah.
This team does not take pitches.
Yep. Nope, they don't. They try to do the ambush, and it just doesn't work.
And yes, the Rays are actually a solid team.
I thought you were
talking
about
Lynn? Is that Lynn? Is that Lynn Bird there in the picture? I don't know which is Lynn. Lynn is male/female name. I can't.
It's all good.
Know which is Lynn. I don't know. I'm not going to. I don't know. Anyway, good take and a good way to process the game. No walks. What does that mean to me, Eric? They're not taking pitcher. They didn't make the pitcher work.
No, they didn't.
If you're not taking walks, you're not taking close pitches. You're not. Oh, and the only time, dude. Oh, it's not in my notes, but another evening of wasted challenges.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, Tampa Bay was bad. Hey, Prof, I see you. I haven't got to it yet. But the Tampa Bay Rays were horrible with their challenges.
Giants are horrible on a regular basis. I don't know enough about Tampa Bay to pass judgment. I know maybe tonight.
Yeah, I just don't know how
I've seen enough from the Giants in there. You know what? You're better off playing without it. Come on, you're wasting it. Oh, God. And they do it, guys. You watch the games on a regular basis like Eric and I do before we do this show. They do it. It's no ball or a ball and no strikes. Who can pick your poison? Save them. I would have a new rule. Do not do it before the 7th inning. Stop it.
Maybe.
Haley. It's a ball and no strikes. Oh, what does it matter if it's 1-1? It doesn't. It does not affect the game, Eric.
No, right. You want to.
Adamas was wrong. You saw Adamas one?
That was close, though. That one
close.
was. I mean, it was literally a smidge.
Yeah,
it was.
Couldn't argue it with. Couldn't argue it. He walked away going.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
Simpson not challenged one too, and he wind up. He's the one that blew the rest of their challenges. Prapa donated $5. Thanks, Prapa. Tony keeping the third base coach sends a message that our standard is low. Ooh. I tell you what, I ain't gonna lie, Glenn. When I saw that, what Hector Borg did at third base again today, I missed a certain somebody.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you last show why he wasn't our manager to begin with. So
I missed somebody at third base.
Maybe he's playing a show in Sacramento. Oh no, I'm talking about somebody else.
Remember good old Matt Williams?
I remember last year the
windmill. I missed that, honestly. Could he be any worse?
But then again, guys, they're not the guy. Regardless of the play, the third base coach is not going to get fired on that. He's not going to get fired. And he is the least of our freaking problems. He can't wave guys in when they don't get to third to begin with.
Yeah.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
And there you go.
Maybe they should, Borg and Vitello should just suit up, have an old timers game.
And you know what? I tell you what, isn't that something? Extremes, Glenn, extreme. In Philadelphia, doesn't wave in Gilbert. In Tampa Bay, you want to. He had no chance. He had no chance.
Talked about it in the green room. Talked about it in the green room. You said Tale of Two Cities, man. It's just.
And that's the thing. Feast or famine. You name it. Remember, I said this about the lineup. It's feast or famine. Same thing with the third base decisions, man.
I know the guys. I always know the guys who come in late to the show. We already talked about it. 22%, 7 games. We've been there.
But you know what? Jay is not wrong. Ron Wodos would be fantastic at third base, but I don't think I know he's
our manager. Why isn't he?
Well, I don't even want to get there. Yeah, I like that guy.
I'm not going down the road. I don't think there's reason to go down this road about Vitello. But again, this screams of the Giants. They got to be different and try to we got to do things better than you. And you know what it is? I thought of this the other day, Eric. The Vitello move and bringing in these guys, that the Harrison Baders, who I just don't understand. This, Eric, is Moneyball. The Giants are playing Moneyball.
And it's funny.
Doing it different. Doing it on the cheap. I'm telling you.
And you know what, Glenn? I remember this in the chat last year. Or no, in the off season. when we were making all our predictions on who we wanted to be on the coaching staff. Remember, it took forever for them to do the coaching staff. And there was a lot of people in the chat saying, you got to go outside the organization. We're going to see an improvement if we go outside the organization. Have you seen any improvement going outside of the organization? Do you? Because there's not one person in the coaching staff that was part of the coaching staff last year other than the Japanese catcher. Everybody is brand new, but we're having the same outcome. So what is it? You can't go out there and make these statements saying, oh, we can't go from within because it's going to be bad. Well, guess what? We got a whole bunch of new guys sitting in the dugout. And what is arguably, Glenn, this is worse than it was last year. I mean, if you think about it last year, because they had a fantastic April last year, remember? And then it fell. But right now, they've absolutely had an atrocious freaking April. Look, are we bad as the Mets? No, but it's still bad baseball. We're still at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to generating runs.
2 points I want to make. I didn't have to wait to the offseason to hear about, the manager. You said it all last year. Manager doesn't win you the games. It's the players who win you the games. So,
yes,
I don't think it matters at the end of the day.
But that's what I'm saying. To make the argument that because you're going to get new coaches that it's going to change. No, not necessarily. Not when you got the talent that is currently on the team.
Oh my God, a special guest appearance. I haven't seen a little Skanky Pants is back. Where have you been, Skanky Pants?
Giants fan, did you get your book? I don't know if I asked you yesterday.
Nice.
I don't know if I saw you. Did you get your book? Giants fan, did you get your book?
What book?
But he says, why would Wotus be a good choice? Because he has experience. Yeah. That's what I kept saying. That's what I kept saying.
He's invested in the team too, Eric. He's invested in this team.
He's been a lifelong Giant forever. And you know what? He knows what the hell he's talking about. If you ever listen to KNBR, come on. He was on world championship teams. He knows what the hell he's talking about. And look, is he going to solve the problem? Probably not. But I guarantee you at third base, he would have waved in Gilbert. And today he would have held up Luis Ariz. So, he would have turned 2 outs into either a run scored or someone standing on third base.
And the other point I was going to make is you talk about last year's team. Last year's team was just much more exciting than this year's. I liked watching Dom Smith and Wilmer Flores, 2 guys not here anymore, Eric.
No.
I liked watching Jung-Hoo Lee. And I don't know if it's worn off or it's the players they've surrounded around him. But I find it a very bland, vanilla, boring brand of baseball, Eric.
Yep.
And it looks like nobody cares and no one is held accountable.
Yeah,
Bailey goes 0 for forever. Oh, he'll be out there tomorrow. He's our guy.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's an issue. By the way, Giants fan, I sent him the book from Gary Mintz's book. Guess what else he got in there?
Probably a business card.
A couple of baseball cards. Yeah.
Oh, you're not giving away the cards I gave you.
I gave him one of yours and one of mine. So he's got the Giant Sports Talk.
I thought you meant some of the old.
No. I'm not giving
Craig collection. I go, well, that's it. You're cut off.
No. Yeah, see, he saw him.
Did I give you a peck and paw?
No,
I forget.
I got the Shock.
The Ray Shock.
Yeah, the Ray
legendary
Shock.
catcher.
That's an awesome one.
He was one of the clean ones on the White Sox,
Yeah.
Oh,
but by the way, that book was fantastic.
It was.
By the way, Cardinals up 7-2 now against the Dodgers. 7-2.
Wow.
Here, hold on. Let me do a refresh here. Top of the 8th, 7-2. Rockies 6-2 against the Braves. So they scored one extra one.
Wilmer's been demoted, Eric.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Look, Wilmer's been demoted.
Oh, I see him up there. I see Phil.
That's Phil.
Is that the black and white? That's Phil.
Wilmer. Yeah. You'll know, guys, keep a key. If we won't be on the air when it happens, but if you were here, you'll know when Wilmer gets back in the room because there'll be a yelp over there and you can get the hell off my cat tray.
Oh, really? Huh?
Phil's like, I told you, 19 and a half. He sleeps a lot. He sleeps with his eyes open, which is pretty cool. I go,
whoa, what the hell?
I thought he was
That's
dead.
weird.
I thought he was dead. I'm like, hello. And then if you go, I don't want to do it now to him. Hello. Anyway.
Yep.
I haven't even told Bernice about Phil yet. If she's watching.
Well,
Phil.
you know
Bernice, what? There's Phil.
By the way, guys, don't do this at home. Look, it's a joke what I'm about to say, but I tell you what, you want to get Phil up and moving? Send him the Tommies. Proud sponsors.
It's ironic. You say that'll get Phil up and going.
Yeah.
5 hours with Lou there. Knock me the hell out. Jesus.
Nice. Our proud sponsors of Giant Sports Talk Live. Tommy's Mexican. Oh, it's fantastic. Again, we had that meet and greet. Fantastic. Got a chance to talk to Julio. Dude, I'll tell you what, that was so much fun. And the people are fantastic, Glenn, right? They treated us so good.
Well, you saw in the video there, the whole it's a family affair. And by the way, Eric, soon we got to get the hell out of here. But it's Friday night. We're not going to no club. I feel like you and I are two seniors. It's Friday night. Just going to watch Little House on the Prairie and go to bed early tonight, I think.
Yeah, I think that
sounds the first time we haven't gone to the club on a Friday night.
Yeah, exactly.
And I am page 2 of my notes. I'm going to make a little calendar and tuck it under my computer here. Because today, 0-1. Today we turned the page on the calendar. We're already 0-1, Eric.
Yes, yeah, you're right.
We're winless in May. Just saying.
Oh, you know what? Let's do that real quick. Let's do that real quick. Let me bring up the schedule since we're in May. Let's do a little, let's see how we think.
Oh, yeah, we only come home to face San Diego.
Yeah, I know. JB real quick says, it's not over, but they need a dramatic turnaround plus sell Devers. Who's buying? Reminds me of, remember Megadeth? P sells, but who's buying? Well, if you're selling Devers, who's buying, man?
Yeah, but what do they say in that song, Eric?
Think about that.
If there's a new way, I'll be the first in line.
But to that point, let's see what happens in May. I see it. I hear it. Maybe he has the Mets. Come on, the Mets. No, that ain't happening.
Eric, you give it a couple of weeks. We'll see if the Mets and the Phillies both pass us. Phillies have won 4 in a row.
You're not lying.
And it's not that I think that the Mets are world beaters. I think we are as bad as the Mets. That's the problem. Not that the Mets are that good, that we're that bad. And I'm just saying, I hate to say it, but Eric, it's a bad ball club. It's a bad ball club. And that piece sells. Listen to guys. Go on to your Spotify or YouTube and listen to the lyrics and piece sells. That is Giants baseball.
Who's buying? Yeah. Oh, look at this.
It better work this time. We've been saying that for 11 years.
Yeah. All right. Look at this. Golly. Before we get out of here, this is not good. You think April was bad. So, got the 3 in Tampa Bay. How do you think do we win or lose the? I'm going to go let's just do that. Win or lose series. Do they win the series against Tampa Bay?
I say Roop is overdue for a bad game. I think we get swept by Tampa.
You said, okay, so we lose the series against Tampa. San Diego, do we win or lose the series?
Might win one. I think you might have Webb coming back for what? Maybe game 5 or 6. Well, I'm looking at the date, right? 5 or 6 there. So maybe we win 1 against the Padres.
So
remember, Eric, we're heading into the back end of our rotation right now.
I know.
We just saw Webb and Ray, and those are supposed to be the highlights of our rotation. That's what scares me now with the Padres. And then, holy shit, the Pirates. Then why not go down to Chavez Ravine for a week, Eric? Hey, why not play 4 against the Dodgers when they get the retribution on us at home?
This is so bad.
Mary Hart will stick around for 9 innings of that one.
I don't think they win the series against Pittsburgh. I don't think they win the series against the Dodgers, even though we won the series. The type of baseball they're playing, the A's are playing really good baseball. I don't think they win the series against the A's. Arizona, maybe. Sox, you should be able to win that series. Arizona again, I don't know. And then Colorado. Man, I tell you what, I don't know. I don't know, Glenn. Honestly, the way that they're playing baseball right now, it's going to be hard to win 2 series in the month of May.
Look at the 6th of the month, Eric. If you're a Giant player, do you think there's a hidden meaning there?
What, the Pirates
They're
one?
playing the Padres at 12:45. What is the event? It's career
K-pop
day.
fireworks.
Career day on the 6th.
Oh, on the 6th. Oh,
I mean, people's
day.
jobs are at risk.
I know.
Just saying. And then, K-pop. See, stop with the Giants are more worried about their festivities, their giveaways, and K-pop freaking night. Real baseball fans, Eric, are not going to the ballpark for K-pop. I'm sorry to say it there, DJ Umami. Stop with the crap music. Give me some rock. Eric, this team should be playing AC. Do what the Valkyries are doing this year. I told you what they did last week. The game they came back, they won.
Yeah.
Game. What did I hear in the final 2 minutes? Hell's Bells. Welcome to the Jungle.
Wow.
I was hearing nothing but the class get you out.
That's incredible. Wow. Were you surprised?
Oh, I freaking loved it. Because the minute they start, the whole crowd would erupt. Dude, guys, some of you guys like to shit on it. Do yourself a favor and go to one Golden State Valkyries game. You will not be disappointed, and you'll come back with your tail between your legs. Like
nice. Phil. All right, we're almost going to close it down. Here's $5 again from Prabha. Can't wait for Chapman's annual September speech telling us playoffs next year. Wish you could watch Schmidt, Eldridge, Tibbs, and Kyle Harrison play together. Well, look, hey, as they say, you cannot put the genie back in that bottle. It is what it is. You're not going to see Tibbs. You're not going to see Harrison play together. Schmidt and Eldridge you may see play together. That's the facts. Candlestick saying, win. Haven't seen you in here before. Welcome to the fraternity we call Giant Sports Talk Live. Win Eldridge? Good question. That's a great question, man. I don't know. A lot of other things have to happen for that to happen. We've already gone over that, Candlestick. You're going to have to kick someone off the team, or you're not going to take Schmidt out of the DH, and you're not going to take Devers off of first base. So where is Eldridge? Isn't going to play in the outfield. He's not playing any games in the outfield for Sacramento. So where is he going to play? I don't want him coming over here on the bench because he isn't going to get any playing time. If he's not going to play every day, keep him in Sacramento and just let him keep getting his at-bats. And then everything else will play out like it should be, and then we'll figure it out from there. It just
for the hockey fans out there in the audience, we don't often do this.
Right.
Lake Stride. They're going to 7. Tampa Bay has defeated Montreal Canadiens 1-0 in overtime.
Wow.
They're going to game number 7.
Wow.
Golden Knights, they're leading the Mammoth, the Woolly Mammoth. You mean there's a hockey team? I'm behind the times here. The Golden Knights are leading the Mammoth 1-0 in the first period.
Who the hell's Mammoth?
And you got Buffalo has defeated Boston, so the Bruins are another one of Justin's teams down the drain.
Oh, no.
So that's today's action in the National Hockey League. Just checking an update here on Major League Baseball. 7-2 Cardinals. The White Sox have ripped it open on the Padres, Eric. That one is now a 6-0 game. Murakami, 3 RBIs. He's 1 for 2. 1 for 2, a walk, scored a run, and 3 RBIs. And you didn't want him to be a San Francisco Giant. It's time to get the hell out of here. I don't know if I'll ever be back.
Yeah, thank you. Let's get out of here. Real quick, at what point do you start making changes? End of May.
Last year. 2 years ago. Come on, man.
I tell you what, I think you give it to the end of May. Give it to the end of May. And then I think you start seeing changes in the beginning of June. That's what I think happens.
And who had that quote? You brought up the thing a minute ago before. Oh, I don't even know when to quit. That's my dad says. You don't know when to quit.
Yeah, I know it. I got to get out of it.
You just popped up the quote there. Somebody asking about Buster's September soliloquy he'll give us about, next year will be better.
Talk about Chapman. No, that's Chapman. There it is.
Propa. I was already sold the bill of goods last year and the year before and the year before that. Oh, this year it was, Eric, we're going to ride with these young pitchers. They're going to take us to the promised land. I have good feelings about the Buster. You're full of crap.
Yep.
The back end is what the top end of our rotation is not that good. The back end, I go to the ballpark and I'm like, no chance to win today.
Yeah, I know.
No chance to win. Hauser, come on, man.
Give me a break.
By the way, is Hauser still a Giant?
I don't think it's going to be much longer. If he keeps it up, it ain't going to be much. You can't. He's costing you more than what you're paying.
I'll give him this. He's trying to protect you. Well, I'm going to work on a few things next game. I'm like, he's a smart lad, isn't he?
Yeah,
It'll
exactly.
Get better.
Of course.
From the Buster Posey school of bullshit.
Hey, I mean, what are they going to come out? I'm dog shit. I mean, I guess it would be a breath of fresh air.
Some players will do that. I give them props when they do that, Eric.
Yeah. Let's get the hell out of here, guys. We will see you you'll see Glenn tomorrow. I'll be back on Sunday. So you will see Glenn tomorrow.
Guys, I'm going to walk a tightrope on my own. And if it's a loss,
you got this, man. You're a pro. So let's go.
I think the guys, you know what? They're going to tune into tomorrow's show, Eric, and this is what it's going to be. Giant Sports Now, Giant Sports Talk Live. I'm just going to sit back and take the night off.
This take the night off.
Or I'll do what some of the other channels do. Are we on? Eric, I shut it down. I just shut it right down. Because I don't know if there's nothing much more to talk about tomorrow, boys. I don't know.
It's going to be tough. I would just say if it's another
it's relentless after a while. I don't know how we go an hour and 22 minutes on a Friday night.
Yeah, that's what we do.
The talking points remain the same. But again, it's you guys in the chat make the talking points worthwhile, bringing it. And Eric and I do appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. See you guys tomorrow. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.